Welcome back to Greg Kelly Reports. So what does it mean? I mean, look, he's just a cable news host in some respects, but it's actually much bigger than that. Some people think that Tucker Carlson might even run for president. Could that happen? Let's bring in Congressman Matt Gaetz, Republican of Florida. Welcome back, Congressman. I know you've been on Tucker's show a lot. You're a fan. We all are, really. But good to see you. And what do you think of what just happened?
I cannot overstate the importance that Tucker Carlson had on public policy and choices we made in the government. Tucker Carlson and I were directly involved in persuading President Trump to ignore some of the bad advice he was getting from Mike Pompeo and at times General Mattis and even Mike Pence in some circumstances, because we had a realistic view of foreign policy. Tucker Carlson was one of the only platforms that the 20 of us who initially objected to Kevin McCarthy's speakership had as a place to be able to share our views with the country. And Tucker Carlson was the rudder in the water during the summer of 2020, when a lot of Republicans actually were willing to make policing harder. They were siding with some of the arguments that BLM was making, and Tucker Carlson laid out each and every night monologues that did sound like presidential campaign speeches, but I know it gave a lot of Republicans the courage needed to stand up and reflect the values of his viewers, our constituents.
No, fearless, very smart, and very experienced. He's been doing this since the mid-1990s. But look, he's still Tucker Carlson. I mean, you'll have access to him. He can pick up the phone and talk to President Trump. And he just might run for office. It's been speculated about. Have you heard any? Would you be surprised? I mean, it's kind of getting late, and it seems kind of topsy-turvy, but could he make a run for it?
I know Tucker pretty well, and I think he would have to cut down a great deal on the fishing to run for president, and I'm not sure that that's more important to him right now. But I look at a man who has worked for CNN and MSNBC and PBS and now Fox News, and I would suspect that the millions of Tucker Carlson viewers, of which I am one, will follow him to whatever his next project is. It might be an independent project, and if it is, I wish him well. And I know that viewers felt safe with him, and people are going to be looking for a place where traditional conservatism isn't attacked, where we're willing to speak truth about the origins of the coronavirus, about the dangers of vaccine mandates. There were times Tucker Carlson was unique in giving us the ability to make those arguments, and now I think you're going to have millions of Americans looking around for opportunities to hear thoughtful discussions where conservative views and values are unapologetically shared with the people who need to hear it.
Look, it's definitely a loss. I consider Tucker Carlson an ally, a friend even. We do have Newsmax, and who knows? This could we'll see how things all play out. I'd like to ask you, over the weekend, there was not a peep about the whistleblower, about Hunter Biden on the mainstream media, Sunday shows in particular. You know, when you have a whistleblower come out against Donald Trump, it is... well, they're honored. They're feted, whether it's Vindman or the other guy or the so-called guardians on the cover of Time magazine. It is incredibly unfair, but does it matter? I mean, who's really engaging the mainstream media anymore?
We are going to need ways to communicate the truth about a woke, weaponized government that far too often has people with the ability to effectuate arrests instead engaging in politics. I'm glad that this movie's coming out soon on Netflix, I guess, about Nixon's plumbers. Because what the American people need to know, Joe Biden has plumbers. The Biden family has plumbers inside our government that designate any derogatory information about them disinformation planted by some foreign government. And if we're able to showcase the truth of that information, I think that it's going to unlock a lot of opportunity for Republicans to stand against the pay-for-play politics that has defined the Biden family for a generation.
So you have endorsed President Trump, correct?
I have.
What should Ron DeSantis do? I asked the president today, you know, could he be a good president someday? in 2028, 2032. He wasn't prepared to say so. Look, we like Ron DeSantis, but he's made some mistakes. What's your assessment? Can he be a good president? Because people are, let's face it, they're noticing the mistakes. They're not good.
Well, if any job in America is better than President of the United States, it is governor of the best state in the country, governor of the state of Florida. And as a Florida man, I hope Ron DeSantis will stay as our governor, will do a great job as our governor, will keep the people of Florida his principal focus, and that Donald Trump will be the standard bearer of our party moving forward to the 2024 election. Ron DeSantis is a young man. I think he'll have plenty of opportunities to run for president down the road. But politics is like a wave, and if you get too far in front of it, it can come crashing down on you. And there may be a number of people with presidential ambitions this cycle who have that very experience.
Well, Congressman Matt Gaetz, thank you, and who happens to be even younger than Ron DeSantis, actually. So plenty of time and opportunity
by a few years
in store for you, sir. No, many thanks. Great to see you, and we'll be right back.